Welcome into the Ticket Punchers here on 96.1 FM, 1450 AM, Big X Sports Radio. I'm your host, Roman Kelly, joined today by my co-host, Curtis Phillips, a.k.a. Philly Picks, as we take you guys down to 6 o'clock, giving you all the best sports betting talk here in the city, of course. Curtis, a lot we're going to be getting into, a lot we're going to be discussing. It's our first show of the month. We were off at the end of the week last week. You didn't do a show Friday, right?
Nope, no show Friday.
So this is the first May show. Not the first set of May punches. We will be giving our update on the May record and how this month has started off. If you haven't already, you need to go and follow the Ticket Punchers on X at Ticket Punchers, where we do tweet all of our plays out, even on days we do not have our radio show. But Curtis, a lot to get into, a lot to discuss, and I'm excited. NBA playoffs into round 2. Game 1's underway last night. Some recap we'll be doing there, looking at a little bit of a preview into tonight's action, and then, of course, recapping the plays we've given in the last couple of days, giving some plays out tonight, and just overall giving some thoughts on the current state of games within a few different leagues, potentially NHL, MLB, and NBA, to see if we can get a few points from Curtis with some little bit of an MLB update potentially. And, of course, whatever you guys send us on the Game Day Men's Health text line at 502-414-1450. Game Day Men's Health is redefining men's wellness. No shortcuts, just results. Testosterone, peptides, weight loss, and sexual performance therapy. Visit GameDayMen'sHealth.com, defining a new era in men's health. Curtis, we're live on the Real Spiel podcast. We're live on the Ticket Punchers page. We're live on the Big X page. Visually, I'm coming from home because we've got the change of schedule here. I've got the remote podcast set up. Currently, we've got Matt Childress back in studio as well, producing for us currently, who will be doing some co-hosting and producing later on in the month. As new gig to announce, Curtis, bit of a long-term program update for the Ticket Punchers as we currently stand from the 5:30 to 6 standpoint. I have been the in-game host. I've gotten the in-game host gig for the Louisville Bats on top of the Kings. So when they have their home stands, there will be some days throughout the week that we're going to have just you and Matt on. So we got to have get Curtis ready for that, get Curtis prepared for that. But I'm excited for Curtis to take on that role of radio hosting as well, on top of the co-hosting you're doing. Curtis, without further ado, how are you, my man? How was your Derby week? How was your Derby weekend? Did you make any money betting some horses? Did you make any money throughout the week at all? And then how are the punches to start May?
Yeah, doing good, Roman. Congratulations to you as well. You've been having a busy schedule these last few months, having a few different gigs that you're, getting into now. So
Yeah.
congrats on that. I'm very proud of you, very happy for you. So
Thank you,
kudos to
sir.
you. Yes, sir, of course. As far as the weekend went, it was a great weekend. Honestly, didn't win much money off Derby, but just the feel of Derby, having all these people, come in, celebrate something that's in our hometown. Like it's always fun celebrating Derby. So had a little party at the house where I did win one of the pools for, the in-game pool that you do with, the people that's in the home. But I won a few races. Didn't hit on Derby. Big long shot with Golden Tempo winning. Glad that a female trainer,
First
finally
female
got on the
trainer ever.
board to
Crazy.
win. Yeah, that was crazy, man. From last to first. So it was a fun Derby to watch, and it just goes by pretty quick. But yeah, the weekend was great.
It goes by quick, but it is fun to see all the people come in town, all the excitement, all the money being wagered as well. It's just fun. I think part of it is because we get to see it year round. We get to see we get to grow up with it. We get to see our families be a part of it, how different areas of Louisville all kind of handle it. But then you get that tourist attraction as well. Then if you get the moments to go into the track, if life allows for it too, that's always an addition as well. But didn't make much money on Derby Day. Well, I say that it was back and forth. It was a back and forth Derby Day. I went into the Derby race, profited in a profitable spot, then didn't end the Derby Day profitable. After a Great Oaks,
that's how it goes.
Great Oaks Day of hitting some small wagers and stacking up some wagering money for Derby Day, and then losing all on Derby Day. But that's fun. We ended up breaking even like $20 or $30 total on the weekend from just horse racing, maybe a little bit more on the sports betting side, but still had some fun. Girlfriend hit a few bets, so it's always fun watching her be excited. We were able to get her into the area that I'm able to be into in Churchill Downs, which was fun as well. So
Nice.
That was great Derby weekend, doing the media thing in there, rubbing elbows, meeting people. Met Ali Khalifa, Kobe Rogers.
Nice.
A little bit about Louisville basketball.
I saw that picture.
Yeah. So that was fun. Great time. Obviously, in the middle/end of the week last week did get that good news, so that will be a change going forward. But let's get right into it, Curtis. Let's just go straight into how May has started off for us, right? This is the first radio show. We've already gone out with this will be our third day in the month already giving punches. So we're doing good in terms of punches on the month already. I feel like we're already off to a better punch per day rate after today than we will have had per day in April. Just a lot of weird days in April there, though. And in that true summer radio time now, we'll be giving out punches every single day. We'll not be missing many radio shows. Maybe I will physically be, but ticket punchers will be on, and we'll have somebody out there giving my plays. When I will be out, I'll be sending the plays to Curtis and Matt with a little write-up as well on my punches. But yeah, Curtis, do you have your May record set to the side already?
Yeah, I believe I have my May record. In the next day or two, I will have the April record figured out. But yeah,
Yeah, I
as
still
as
have
far
a
as
few punches that didn't get into the notebook that made it to X, and then
yeah,
the other way around, right? A
exactly.
few punches that we said on the show, we wrote it in the notebook, but we didn't put them on X, and we've got to transfer them to the punch notebook. Look, Curtis, look. The people think that we maybe look, it's every
Yeah, we write
day
them all
we
down.
write these
Exactly.
punches out, and this is just
There's a few I wrote.
this is
Yeah, I
this
didn't
is
get
just the
written
ticket
down, but
punchers notebook right here, So
uh-huh.
that's the ticket punchers notebook. We've got that, but then this is like the outline notebook for each day of the
Yep.
show. And we write the plays down in there every day. Typically, you
Mm-hmm.
do an X check or X check, whatever you got. Ideally,
Yep.
check the next morning. And then by the time we get to showtime, I've transferred those over to the notebook. But we had a really super hectic, busy month. And because
For
it's
sure.
not all NBA plays, I can't just look at the record on the side and say, oh, yeah, this is it. When
Right.
I know that we'll also want to we do the individual league records. We'll have those tomorrow for you, or we maybe even get those tweeted for you guys by tonight, and we'll pull them up on the show tomorrow and talk about them, since we can do the full visual thing here due to my computer actually operating normal. Matt's in that producer computer. We're not even going to try to talk to Matt. It's going to probably take us off the airways and make the computer start steaming up or something. Just kidding, of course. But Curtis, let's get right into it. I've got my May record set aside here. Weird start to May already as we let's just go right into the first night of plays that we had. And that was from Sunday.
Friday.
The game's called a game 7
about
day. I didn't get any out on Friday.
Yeah, I
I don't
apologize. Sorry about
Yeah, you had some Friday plays. I looked back and I didn't have any Friday plays written down in the notebook. And we obviously we only did a Wednesday show last week. But when I look into the Sunday, we had a game 7 Sunday set of plays, I guess is the best way to put that. We took the Magic live at plus 13.5. That was not smart. That was not the wise move. I wanted to see how the start of that game went, and I felt like the Magic had it. Paulo was hooping, right? In terms of how that series had gone, what you saw in the first quarter and a half of that game was kind of normal. And you kind of I expected it to stay semi-close, right? Like the Pistons to hover from 8 to 9 points up to 10, 11, maybe even 12, and then for the Magic to go on their runs and to be a game of runs where ultimately the Pistons don't ever get in blowout range. That was not the case. They got up, then they turned up after they got up, Curtis, and they never looked back. Got a little bit closer there towards the end, but not in anywhere near harm's way. So we don't hit the plus 13.5 on the Magic live line from Sunday. That puts us to 0-1 on the month to begin with. But we do hit the Cavs minus 5.5. They played the Raptors in game 7 in Cleveland. They win that 114-102, covering the 5.5 points for us. And then we had the Lightning money line, Curtis. And this one was tough. This one was really tough. Lightning lose game 7, 2-1 to the Canadians. And I mean, they get the equalizer in the second period.
Yeah.
It's back and forth for quite some time there in that third period. They get a power play, they don't equalize, they don't capitalize on it, and they just they give up one. They're not able to equalize from there, and we lose the Lightning money line play on Sunday. That puts us to 1-2 on the month. We had 2 plays last night. Rudy Gobert, 12 plus rebounds. 76ers Knicks over 212.5. We also had a jab last night that we'll get into. We hit the 76ers Knicks over 212.5 very comfortably, really. And then we missed the Rudy Gobert 12 plus rebounds. Curtis, FanDuel When he had 6 and got his 7th, they took that 7th away, put him back down to 6. When he got his 8th, it went from 7 to 8. I watched it, took
Yeah.
that one away, went back down to 7. He ends up getting more rebounds, obviously. That's was early in the game, and he finishes with 10. And it's
But
just
it's
tough
something you kind of
because
notice though.
what's going like was one of those
Yeah.
given back? Was one of those debated between the stat guys for some while? Was that 2 separate rebounds that you got fully wrong? Really?
Right.
That one was a tough. I'm not saying it was a bad beat because he didn't play the whole fourth quarter. I should have thought about that. Close game, Rudy Gobert, depending on how that game went,
Mm-hmm.
probably wasn't going to play many minutes in the fourth quarter, regardless of how the game went. Right? Blowout.
Right.
Why would he be in? Like if the Wolves are blowing him out, he's not going to be in. Close game. You can't have that floor stretcher. You can't have. You need the floor stretcher. You need Nas, Reed, and Randall out there. And if they were getting blown out, you're not going to put your starting center out there. So I should have thought about that a little bit more wisely, trying to play Gobert at minus 102 for 12 plus. Ended up being minus 106 at the time of the punch tweet, but we missed that, Curtis. So we go up to 2-3 on the month, which not
I
terrible,
mean, dude, yeah, right under
not a bad
500.
start, right there. How did your start to May go? You had a lot of MLB plays in there.
Yeah, honestly, so I've only had punches from yesterday and Friday. With Derby going on, was really heavily kind of invested in pretty much all the races. So I was locked in
Yeah,
on that. But now I'm starting to today really gonna get back in my MLB and NBA playoffs rhythm. But believe we are 2-5 on the month to start. Friday we had 4 punches. Tigers money line minus 116. It's one of those where they got down early 4-0, and I'm already thinking it's kind of over. But then they tie at 4-4. I want to say it was in the 7th inning. Unfortunately, lose 5-4 in that one. So we do miss on the Tigers money line. Yordan Alvarez, 3+ hits, runs, and RBI at plus 105. This was just a bad read. This is a guy that's pretty much killed the Red Sox his whole career, and I was kind of banking on that, but he didn't have a hit in this one, so didn't even get on base for us to have a chance in this. So we missed the first 2 punches of May. Well, actually, I guess the first 3 because our next one was Ozzy Albies, 3+ hits, runs, and RBIs. And he was on a heater. I also took his home run this game. He finished with 2, so we missed on the hook there. He got his hit and his run. Unfortunately, that was it. But we do cash the LeBron James over 37.5 points, rebounds, and assists. I thought in
great
a
play there.
game 6 scenario where if you're the Lakers, you don't want this to go to 7, or you feel like Rockets have the upper hand in this one. So my thought was just that Brown was just gonna go out there and handle his business like he did the first couple games in that series. So he comes through on that front. And then yesterday we go 1-2. Took a chance on the Rockies money line at plus 122. And this was pretty even through 5 innings. Mets put up a 4-run 6 inning, I believe, and Rockies battled back, got 2 on the board, but fell short of that. So we missed on the Rockies
Yeah.
money line. Also missed on the Marlins money line, which I feel like this wasn't necessarily a bad read. I mean, it was a 1-0 game. Couldn't really get any offensive going, but your pitching was outstanding. Phillies end up with just 1 run, so we missed that. But we do cash the Rays money line. They got off to a pretty much hot start with 3-0 after the first inning versus the Blue Jays there. So we've hit on the Rays and LeBron, missed the other plays, so a little slow start to May. But yeah, we look forward to getting back on track. It is one of our favorite days of the week and Dinger Tuesday. So I feel pretty locked in on tonight's slate.
It is Dinger Tuesday. I'm a little bit excited. You've hit one 2 weeks in a row now, and it's ready to make that week 3 there, Curtis. And we'll be tailing you for sure. Before we get into some action for tonight, let's look into what the NBA playoffs looked like in round 1. I mean, I don't remember the last time I had this exciting of a top to bottom round 1 set of playoff series in the NBA. I say I have. The NBA fans have had. And I don't remember the last time we only had one sweep either. It feels like
Yeah.
there's always a couple of sweeps. It feels like we never get this many game sevens, 3 game sevens in game one, in round one. I'm sorry. Uh, Curtis, was it just perfect matchups? Do we think that the parity in the NBA is finally starting to even out there a little bit within the non too heavy hitting? And you say two heavy hitting teams, and one of those heavy hitters, whichever would like if you're talking Spurs Thunder, one just went down 0-1. And if you're talking Celtics as the third potential heavy hitter, they just lost. So, I mean, this is an extremely exciting round one series. What do you think's going into that? And what was your favorite part of that round one?
Yeah, that's a good question. It does seem like a little bit more of an even playing field with basically kind of everyone outside of OKC. Like, I don't know, a lot of these series really surprised me. I guess the one that, or there's a few that stands out. I'll start off with Minnesota in Denver series. No Ant, no DiVincenzo, no IO for the last couple games of that series. And I don't know, it feels like every year in the playoffs, like we really get the best of Timberwolves playoffs. Went to the Western Conference Finals last year. Like these guys just play like they want it. Like Jaden McDaniels, I feel like he was the MVP of that series. You could all, I mean, really all every player stepped up. Rudy Gobert, the defense he played on Nikola Jokic was just flat out outstanding. Like I don't think I've ever seen like Jokic in a playoff series be that passive. Like I was expecting like
Had
when
him
Denver
locked
got
up.
down,
He had him boxed
had him
up.
locked up. He did. When Denver went down 3-1, like I know me and my boy Fred was like Jokic is about to average 35 at least points per game with 13 rebounds and 11 assists, but I mean that just wasn't the case. And just you see Denver, you not getting consistency out of Jamal Murray, and then the others just wasn't contributing. Aaron Gordon obviously was a little hurt. You could tell he wasn't 100%. I think Peyton not having Peyton Watson was huge for them. But like that, I mean, you can't use injuries as an excuse when on the other side you have your top three guards out. So
Yep.
Timberwolves just showed that they wanted it more. And yeah, and that's why they have advanced and are up 1-0 on the Spurs right now, currently too. But
I think the
I'll go
last
with
two ways the last couple of ways the Timberwolves have lost playoff series has definitely molded that core into something, that
right,
they're too battle tested. They're not phased if they go down 8 in a game, right?
exactly.
Anthony Edwards has shown he can do it. He goes down and it's a next man up mentality. I know that's the corny cliche thing to say. You see who out there really like plays with that mentality though. Who out there treats their
Right.
philosophy as a team. I mean, Timberwolves, let's just go into it like a quick fast forward. Last night, they've got
Yeah.
Bones Highland out there making plays. They've got Terrence Shannon Jr. going out there making plays. In the press conference saying, I'm going to keep going at Wemby. You know, he's going to have to block them
We're not
all, right?
scared. Yeah.
We're not
Right.
scared. Anthony Edwards playing on a bum leg, bum knee, still going out there and giving it to Keldon Johnson in the clutch. So many cool
Insane.
things about how the Timberwolves operate. Chris French being this kind of cool orthodox hipster coach. I love it. But Curtis, anything else in round one that like really impressed you or surprised you, or just overall even level back and forth series was the highlight?
Yeah, I'll go real quick on the Sixers and Celtics, man. Like I'll start off on the Celtics side because I mean they have to do a lot of thinking in this offseason of like
Yep.
how they're gonna play their style of basketball. Like when you live and die by the three, like I mean, it can be good and it can also be like detrimental. Like when you're not hitting threes, like you really struggle. And when you are, it can be good. But I think this year the difference between this year's Celtics team and last year's, you didn't have those guys that could shoot like the 3 and D guys, the guys that could hit threes and also play defense. Now, like this year, it's the guys that can hit threes, but when you're not hitting threes, you're pretty much useless on the floor. So And Derek White was pretty much a no-show, games 1 through 6, and decided to hoop game 7. But I mean, at that point, it was too late. Got to give credit to the 76ers. Embiid, not fully healthy, but he's giving his all out there. VJ Edgecombe, as a rookie, coming into your first playoff series, and you're playing like that.
Whew.
Paul George coming back to playoff P, and then Maxey, your superstar, laying it all out on the line. So very
When you're getting
surprised for
that
the
out of Embiid, they're scary.
they are scary. So this was kind of an eye opener, really, for I bet for a lot of Celtics fans, because I know this is not what they was expecting, especially when they was up 3-1. So those were the two most surprises. I was a little surprised, like Cavs kind of played with their food. Maybe they're just not as good as we think they are. We know Pistons kind of the same thing. Although coming into the season, we had a lot of expectations for the Magic. And through those first 3 or 4 games, you played kind of how we expected to before the season started. And Pistons kind of played like the opposite that they was playing in the regular season. But I think Franz Wagner being out was a huge part to that, the 3-1 comeback. But yeah.
Curtis, let's hear some punches for tonight. What you got for us?
All right. I'll start off in the NBA real quick. Donovan Mitchell over 25.5 points at -104. And I would tell this with caution, because the only game he pretty much showed up last series was in game 1. But he's a game 1 killer. And in 12 career game 1s, he's averaging 33 points per game. He's hit this in 10 of the 12 game 1s he's played. So I think if there's any game he's going to come out and hoop, it's going to be in game 1. So yeah, that'll be my first official punch in the NBA. Second one, you're not going to like me for this, Roman, but I'm taking the Lakers team total under the 98.5 at -110. Thunder, I mean, best overall defensive club in the NBA. And in the regular season, I believe you had Luka for 2 of those matchups in the regular season. But I mean, it didn't matter. You didn't get past 100. You didn't get to the 100-point mark in 3 of the 4 games versus the Thunder. So I would think in a playoff setting where there's more defensive intensity, I would think pretty much the same thing is going to happen there. So I'll take the Lakers team total. And you want to get your NBA ones out before I do MLB?
Yeah, we lost your camera
Okay.
there. We can still hear you perfectly fine. No worries.
Doing that.
I don't know why that happens like 3/4 of the way through the show every time. But Curtis, I'm going against you to a certain extent. We're on the over 210.5, an alternate line we're taking at -148 in the Lakers OKC game. I think that our defense maybe isn't the best, and they're probably going to score a lot of points. So I am potentially playing the blowout risk at this one, right? Them scoring 120, us getting up near that 100 mark and being safely over the 210.5, which is just 2 points off the alternate, 3 points off the alternate, depending on where you look. We are going to play that, though, because I do think the Lakers can score. With Reeves being back, the way that Luke Kennard could potentially be shooting in the series, I'd like to see how LeBron responds to being this big of an underdog as well. We're going to live play, Curtis, the spread. It's at 15.5 now. If it comes out, if they, get up 6-2 or something, and that spread jumps to 18.5 or something like that, we'll go ahead and take that live. But that's going to be the first play for us in the NBA tonight. Second is going to be in that Cavs Pistons series. I'm sorry, here. Can you hear me, Curtis?
Yeah, I can hear you.
I think we.
Okay,
I thought we lost you there. I'm on Cade Cunningham. Yeah. I'm on Cade Cunningham tonight on the points. Cade Nam, I think he is going to be right there responding to what we saw in the last series. We're going to take the 3-pointers as well. His 2+ 3-pointers is at -290. We're going to parlay that with the 25+ at -250. We like Cade on both of those for 2 official punches tonight as well, Curtis. I like the Cavaliers in game one. I like them to steal game one. We're going to play
Not
that
mad
as a
at that.
jab, but we're going to play the Cavaliers to steal game one at plus 134 just as a jab. I think that offense could potentially surprise the Pistons in game one. And I think this is going to be a long 7-game type of series. So give me the Cavaliers money line straight up as an official jab. You know what, Curtis? Go ahead and make it an official punch as well.
Okay.
That's going to wrap up the NBA official punches for us. I think we got to get off the airwaves here, unfortunately, but we're still going to be live on X, on YouTube, Real Spiel Podcast, or Big X Sports Radio YouTube page, or the @Ticket Punchers Twitter page where you can find our live stream. Curtis, give us some MLB punches as well.
All right, I'll start off with Athletics plus 1.5 at minus 130.
Wait. Let me wrap us up. Sorry, Curtis. Let me wrap us up. This is gonna be actually we're gonna wrap up. We're gonna end radio segment here. If you do want to follow those punches, you can continuously follow us live there. But this has been the Ticket Punchers on Big X Sports Radio. Roman Kelly, Curtis Phillips. We'll be back tomorrow, 5:30 to 6.
So punch those tickets.
Go punch those tickets.
All right. Am I good?
Yeah, we should be out now. Surely. Go ahead.
All right. Athletics plus 1.5 at minus 130. Both aces on the mound for the A's and the Phillies. Luis Severino going up against Chris Sanchez. And I'm going to back the A's here, who have been playing much better the last few weeks. And Severino, he's a better pitcher on the road than he has been at home the last couple of years. A's have won 4 of his last 5 starts. And A's are really picking it up versus lefties the last couple of weeks. Sanchez on the other side, he's been giving up a lot of hits the last few games, and he hasn't been in as good as form as he was to start the season. So I'm gonna bank on the A's to keep it close in this one. I'm also gonna be on the Cardinals money line at minus 112. Cardinals been on a heater, won 7 of the last 8 games, and I'm fading Brandon Sprout here, pitcher for the Brewers. He has a 7 ERA on the road, so I think Cardinals at home can keep the hot streak going. I'm also going to be on the Braves money line at plus 120, and I think this is just a great price for a team with the best record in baseball. We're not going to get many price points for the Braves at plus 120 all season.
Mm-hmm.
Bryce Elder on the mound, 3-1 record, 1.88 ERA. Like, I just can't pass up this price point. I know George Kirby's been great on the other side for the Mariners, but this is just really a price play for me on the Braves. That's been playing some very good baseball. So that'll be my official punches, and then I have 2 Dinger Tuesday picks. Aaron Judge, I'm going chalk. I usually don't take Judge because of his price points, but when you get a 50% boost on FanDuel, that can help your payout for sure. So he's at plus 10, got it boosted up to about plus 316. And he's on a 2-game home run streak. He's hit a home run in 5 of his last 8 games. Yankee Stadium is one of the better hitter weather, for tonight. Wind blowing about 15 miles per hour out. And I mean, it's Judge. There's really not much to say. Guy can homer against really anybody. So I like Aaron Judge as my first pick. My second pick will be Ellie De La Cruz at plus 520. Also got a 50% profit boost on him to plus 780. He has 2 career home runs off of Jameson Taillon. And Taillon, he's not been in good form pretty much all season, giving up 9 home runs in only 6 starts. He's gave up a home run in every game except for the first game he pitched. I know the wind is blowing in Wrigley, which is usually not a good sign, but I think Ellie, a guy that is second currently in the NL MVP, I think he can go yard. Reds, we're on a little slide right now, but I think Ellie will help us pick it up tonight. So those will be my official punches and my jabs for Dinger Tuesday.
Dinger Tuesday in full effect here on the Ticket Punchers. Right there, you heard it via Philly picks. I mean, Curtis, I don't even think these listeners know what they're getting access to right now. Really appreciate you coming on, doing your dig, going out there and giving us plays that you know you give out some plays. A couple of the plays you give out every day, maybe one or two of them are plays that some people pay for from a Discord you're in. You're a handicapper officially, so we really appreciate you doing the thing on the radio as well and giving out the ones that you're willing to give out on air. This is
Of
going to wrap
course.
us up though on the Ticket Punchers, Curtis, with our official punches. Let's just go ahead and pick these two games for tonight in the NBA. First game, Cavs, Pistons. Pistons 3.5 point favorite. Over under sitting at 216.5, I believe. Who do you like in this one, Curtis?
I had a strong lean to the Cavs plus 3.5. All 4 games, I believe, or at least 3 of the 4 games, were decided by 4 points in the regular season. I like Cavs to cover. I'm gonna take the Pistons to win a close one. Could be sort of a tough travel spot for the Cavs. Just into Game 7, got to travel 2 days later, while Pistons get to stay at home. So that's why I'll lean slightly to the Pistons to win.
I can feel with that. I can feel you there. I'm gonna lean Cavs. I'm gonna lean
I know.
Cavs. I think
Yeah.
the scoring that you can get in game one from Donovan Mitchell and the offense, if you can get something out of Evan Mobley and Jared Allen offensively with D Mitch and Harden setting them up and them becoming threats as slashers, I think the 3-point winner in the game tonight wins this game. I think in game one that will be Harden and D Mitch with the Cavs. Could be wrong. Probably gonna be wrong. Gonna play the plus 3.5 tonight. Gonna jab small wager on the money line as well. Second
Not mad
game,
at it.
Lakers, OKC. OKC 15.5 point favorites. Over under move from 212 to 213. We've already official punched the over 210. Who do you like in this one, Curtis?
Yeah, give me the Thunder. I like Thunder to roll in this first one. Now,
Okay. I figured.
I'm sorry, Roman. I'm sorry, brother.
Nobody thinks we can do it.
I ain't gonna lie. I think y'all could possibly sneak out a game this series. I
I think
think
we can
even
get
even
2
without
games
Luca.
series.
Okay, are you being biased there, or is that really what you think?
How many times how many times Braun lose in 4 or 5 games?
That's true, but
Like twice? 3 times maybe?
that's true. I just feel like this Thunder team is different. Like we're approaching, I think, like a dynasty type Thunder. Like I thought we was kind of out of that era the past 5 years, but Thunder is one of those teams I think that can reunite the dynasties. They just play so well connected, man. Like
Yeah, you're probably right. They're a current dynasty at the moment. If they go and win another one, I'd say you kind of
yeah,
have to
for
give them
sure.
that due to the fact that they drafted all these guys outside
Yeah,
of Shea, who they got as a young talent through some great front
crazy.
office trade work.
Hmm.
But Curtis, we've got our picks out. We've got our punches out. That's gonna wrap us up here on the Ticket Punchers for today. Let's go punch those tickets, my man.
Yes, sir. Let's go punch those tickets.